Good morning, everybody. We're looking at a little bit of a deeper, in-depth study of Psalm 91. And today this morning we're going to have a look at verses 5 and 6, and I'll read it to you from the King James, the Psalm of certainty. You shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. Let me just read that again. You shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. So we can see in both these verses over here, in verse 5, there's the terror by night, there's the arrow by day. We can see in verse 6, there's the pestilence in darkness, and there's the destruction at noonday. So I'm going to read to you from just a few different translations, various translations, so beautifully put. You will have nothing to fear at night, and no need to be afraid of enemy arrows during the day. You shall not dread of the night's dread, another version says, of an arrow flying in the day. You will not be afraid of trouble at night, or of the arrow that flies by day. You won't fear diseases. This word pestilence also means diseases. You won't fear diseases that strike in the dark, or sudden disaster at noon, plague that strikes in the darkness, or calamity that destroys at noon. You shall not dread disease that prowls through the darkness, not disaster that erupts at high noon. The one who trusts in the Lord will not fear terror at night or attack by day, pestilence or plague, destruction that might lay thousands in defeat and will not affect a trusting believer. Rather, he will see the wicked destroyed. Those are the next two verses that we're going to be looking at later. So, in these verses here, we have a look that this is an impregnable defense in war times against nightly surprises and in the battle by day, in times of pestilence. And this reminds us of the destroying angel who passes through and destroys the people, can do no harm to him who has taken refuge in God. That's what happened with the Egyptians and what happened at night time when that angel of death came into places that did not have the blood sprinkled. I'm sure that there were some of those Egyptians who decided to believe after all those, I've often thought about that, after all those miracles that God did for his people. And I don't know, maybe some of them put the blood of the lamb on their doorposts because they were watching what the Israelites were doing. Who knows what faith of a person can do. But here it is that the people can do no harm to him who has taken refuge in God, neither in the midnight hours or the noontide hours. Terror by night could simply mean the fear of the dark or of what can happen in the darkness. So God will not only keep us from evil, but from the fear of evil. As we can see in that verse there, he will not be afraid. You shall not be afraid, believer. I shall not be afraid of the terror of the night or anything that comes surprisingly to us in the daytime. We shall not fear. So I will see you tomorrow morning again, and we'll continue in the psalm, and you will walk throughout your day today fearless. And tonight, even in the noonday today, you shall not be afraid. Tonight, you shall not be afraid. In Jesus' name. See you tomorrow. Bye.